Hey there, you beautiful people. Hope you're all doing well, enjoying your coffee, maybe some water, maybe something else on this fine morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are around the world. Today, again, we talk about the Call of Duty bubble. No official updates for all of you, but as we slowly approach what could be, maybe some events, maybe a lot of events in a LAN environment or bubble environment for Call of Duty, much like Riot Games did for League of Legends. Let's keep in mind, League of Legends Worlds is a lot shorter of a time period than the speculated 3, 4, 5 months that Call of Duty bubble could be, and so this definitely is raising a lot of questions as to what will happen, what could happen, and what pro players want to happen. We first talked about Scump, his instant response to all of this happening. He found out on stream, and him not wanting that. It's now HECZ releasing an official video with some of the Huntsmen members on their thoughts as well. So firstly, guys, here is Scump kind of further elaborating his thoughts on a Call of Duty League bubble.
First off, it depends on how long the bubble is. I saw some people saying, I can't believe that he doesn't want the bubble anymore. He was bitching about online all last year. Now they bring up a bubble and instantly he says no. Do you cry about everything, Seth? Like, shut up, dude. First of all, I have a house, a girlfriend that I live with, a dog, and 2 cats. That's a lot of responsibility. If it's for 5 months, that's overkill. If it's for 2 weeks to a month leading up to a champs or mid-season playoff, I'm completely fine with that. But I don't think that having a bubble for 5 months is the right call. I just don't. For me personally, like I said, there's a severity to other players and how much they want it. Me, I'm established here. Like, some players are renting apartments, some people are renting houses. Like, I literally own a house here, and I'm not trying to just up and move for half of the year to play regular season matches. I'd rather do regular season online and then do the big ones, have a bubble for the big ones for LAN.
So certainly a bit of a different response from the, the first fire back right away when you find out live on stream. You're definitely going to say some things that people are going to question. Pretty short, sweet, and simple. I think a lot of pros would agree with this one. If it's permanent, if it's a 4 to 5 month bubble with a permanent uprooting and relocation, Scump is not down. I don't think he would be the only pro player to not be down with that. I can't speak for the pro players out there, but I don't think that's a far-fetched side to take on this. The only one during this video who actually was okay with a more so permanent bubble or maybe longer term bubble was a guy like Sender, and that for being reasons that you're going to see the best talent and the best teams come out on LAN, and he wants to see that. I would say even General kind of leans towards a guy like Scump on the fact that if it's more than a few months, he's not really down for that idea either. You got to think about Call of Duty pro players have never been forced to uproot and relocate for a season as we are right now. Of course, in the recent years, and especially with Call of Duty League season, a lot of pro players out there are currently renting for the year, right? Contract to contract, team to team, not like Scumpy. Scumpy actually relocated, of course, has now bought a house and has a life. And so what's going to happen if Call of Duty League does decide a more permanent bubble out there? At this point, who knows? Even HECZ gives his own thoughts on a COD bubble yet again.
Okay, so having said that, I'm with the if we're gonna quarantine, right? I wanted to do this last year. Obviously, I wanted to make sure that that champs was on LAN, and we were discussing maybe putting all the Final Four teams in a quarantine setting, and then made them play on LAN. So I'm for it. I don't know about the whole 5 months thing where I have to tell Jude that I'm gone for 5 months because I'm coming. So that you think these walls right here are fun enough for me? No, I'm gonna go out there and shoot podcasts. I'm gonna go out there and shoot content for the Huntsmen. I'm gonna do everything. So if we're able to do that, I'm with some of my teammates who you'll hear from shortly. I'm with them. I think that if it's leading up to a mid-season sort of championship or something along those lines, then yeah, for sure, let's get that done. Let's get in the quarantine and that.
And I mean, that's pretty expected, right? HECZ would not be, I don't think, required to be there, so a bit easier for a guy like that to, dip back in and forth between home and the bubble for content, as he does very well for the league itself. I kind of pass the question off to you guys. Obviously, a lot of us watching, I'm not a Call of Duty pro. You guys aren't Call of Duty pros. We can't speak to what's the best or what's the worst case scenario for how this could go. I'm still going to stick with a guy like Crone or some ideas out there that a lot of pro players have already talked about. Maybe 1 or 2 events in a bubble during the season, and of course the last 2 weekends for champs. get us on LAN. You know, the very, very best at the end of the season, we will see who can win on LAN, and maybe events sprinkled throughout the season if they are like a mid-season event, like Scump does say as well. The bigger events have on LAN. The primary season, though, have it online. Do not permanently uproot these Call of Duty pros, and even if they could, would that be feasible for however many staff and players that would require? I don't know. That seems far-fetched right now, but I do not know what Activision is capable of. They got a lot of money back there. You know, if they're willing to spend that money is an entirely different question. So far, the Huntsmen, or at least nearly the majority of the Huntsmen, have given their thoughts on this. Most of them lean towards a not permanent bubble, maybe temporary for a few events, but especially for champs. But a permanent long-term bubble, what we've seen so far is I don't think they would be down. And certainly, if the Huntsmen are not down, you would think the Call of Duty League would maybe, you know, again, we don't know right now, guys. Of course, if major teams out there with major players do not want this, we'll see what happens. Until next time, you guys know what to do. Drink that water, drink that coffee. I'll catch you back here sometime soon. Take care.